All right. Good morning. I'm excited to be with you. My name is Ginna Cross, and I am a Presidential Diamond in doTERRA. If I haven't gotten to meet you before, hello. I am really excited to be able to share with you today some things I have been spending a lot of time working on in my own life and in my own business. So this is very fresh. It's at the top of my mind. Hopefully it will be beneficial to you. I have been reading the book Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire. I've been going through it with a lot of my leaders. It is an excellent book if you haven't read it. It is by Richard Bliss Brooke. Hi, everyone. Thanks for your hellos. Good morning. Oh, hi, Jenna. Good to see you. All right. So if you haven't read this book, it's great. It is one that you can dig more and more out of. But one of the main things that he talks about in this book is vision. And this is a guy who went from working at a chicken processing plant and who really never felt like he would amount to much of anything to becoming wildly successful in not in doTERRA, in network marketing, and has just had success beyond his wildest dreams. But he started in network marketing and really worked hard at it for several years and was not seeing success. He was, putting all of his time and energy and money into his business and really kind of coming out with around the same amount of money that he made at the chicken processing plant. And he just kind of felt like, is this really worth it? And then he recognized that the issue was what was happening right up here. And I know that you all know this. I know that we know this. But when it comes down to it, I don't know about you, but I can sit down actually to work and just start hammering out tasks and not actually take the opportunity that I should to evaluate what is happening in my mind, and is my mind engaged and working for me, or is it working against me? We are always motivated by something, okay? There's always thoughts happening. There's always motivation happening, okay? And that motivation can either be driving us forward towards our goal, or it can be apathetic, kind of keeping us where we are, or it can be self-sabotaging. We can actually be motivated to self-sabotage. And the thing is, in our thought life, you can't at the same time carry two opposing thoughts. So you cannot see yourself failing and also at the same time see yourself succeeding, okay? You cannot see yourself as weak and at the same time see yourself as powerful. You can't see those, you can't hold those things together. They don't, they're opposing, okay? So when we are self-protective and trying to just kind of be like, well, we'll just see what happens. Maybe this will happen for me, but we're just going to see. Okay, that is a self-sabotaging thought process. Okay, because you actually aren't believing that you are great and can achieve. You're self-protecting, and because of that, you're going to be sabotaging your actions. You're not going to take the strong actions that are required to move yourself forward. Okay, so there is a way to be able to take control of your thought life. The great thing is we have infinite opportunity to take this back. Okay, we have 24 hours a day. That's 1,440 minutes every single day to choose what our thoughts are going to be, if they're going to work for us or be apathy or actively working against us. We can choose. Okay, and a lot of times we talk about vision boards, knowing our why, right? But the reality is that in order for it to propel us towards action, we actually need to feel the emotions of something, okay? Feeling emotions makes us take action, okay? So in this book, he talks about visions and how we have millions of visions in our mind. We carry visions for everything that's ever happened to us, good or bad. And we carry visions for anything that we can imagine ourselves doing, achieving, okay, or not achieving, okay? We carry visions for that. And in order to really make our vision boards real, in order to really make our vision boards work for us, we need to feel the emotions of of what they are, okay? And I'm going to take us through an exercise. So I hope you all will do this with me because I want you to be able to feel how powerful this is and how different it is from just looking at something and being like, cool, yeah, I want that, all right? We need to take it further. We need to actually play a movie in our minds, okay? A movie so I'm gonna walk you through a few things to kind of get you thinking about how powerful these visions actually are. You may not even know it, okay? So first thing, grab an oil, whatever oil that you want to grab. I'm gonna put passion on, okay? I also have green mandarin here, it'd be a great choice. Bergamot would be a good one. Get out your oil, okay? Take some. We're just gonna do a little vision exercise here. Breathe in. Put it on. You're about to jumpstart your day, get some serious work done, make some serious progress. So you're just taking a minute to get your mind right and to get it working for you, okay? The book is called Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire. Someone asked what it's called. Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire. Super good. So just taking some of the concepts out of that for the talk today because it has been so helpful and powerful for me. Okay, everyone have your oils on? You feel relaxed? You feel ready to go and do this? Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes with me. I'm not going to close my eyes because it'll just look funny. People hop on. But you close your eyes. No one else to think about or worry about right now. And the first thing that I want you to imagine is a really happy memory in your life. Just pick one. First one that comes to your mind, a really happy memory. I want you to latch onto that. And I want you to think about who was there, what happened, how did you feel? And I want you to play that movie in your mind for a second and allow those good emotions to just come over you. Okay. And I want you to think about how you're feeling right now. I want you to think about the emotions that are coming in as you think about this good, happy memory. Your body had a response to it, a physical response to that. And I want you to just assess that, just let yourself feel that, okay? Now, I want you to imagine a time in your life when you were really embarrassed, okay? Embarrassing memory. Allow yourself to go there. I know it's hard. What happened? Who was there? How does it make you feel when you think about it? And just take note of the way that your body is feeling. And I also want you to think about, have you played that movie since that time? Is that something that has affected your life? Maybe it was something related to a sporting event where you made a mistake and people laughed. And because of that, now you hate playing that sport because of that one moment in time where you had that vision that has stuck and you've played that movie over and over. That's the movie that pops up anytime someone mentions that sport, okay? It could be a lot of different things, but that's just an example of how one moment in time that movie sticks, and it's a vision that we hold for the rest of our lives. It's super powerful, okay? So when you are thinking through those things, those are real things that happen to you. You have a vision for them, okay? Now, I want you to imagine that a movie that you were at that was a sad movie, okay? A sad movie that, think about it. Think about a time where you were just gutted at the movie theater. Super sad. What happened? Do you remember who was there? A lot of times we remember who was there with us in those moments that really impact us. Think about it. Allow yourself to feel the emotion again. Feel the emotion rising. Okay, you might even feel, if you're someone who's really in touch with your emotions, you might even feel like, oh, I could just start crying again, even thinking about it, okay? Now, let me ask you a question. You can open your eyes for a second. Do you know that that wasn't actually real? That story was not real, most likely. It was a movie that was made up, but your body response doesn't know the difference. okay? Your response to things that are real, your actual physical human response to things that actually have happened and things that you have imagined or things that aren't real, like a movie, your body can't tell the difference, and you are going to respond as if it is real. That is why using your imagination to see and make very clear visions of something that you want to happen will cause a physical response in your body, because your body can't tell the difference, okay? So the reason why this is so important, and now we're going to move into something specifically related to doTERRA. Close your eyes again. And I want you to imagine yourself winning in doTERRA, okay? And this could look like a lot of different things, so don't try to visualize everything. Try to visualize one thing that signifies winning for you. Maybe it is quitting your job and being at home from your job. If that's the case, I want you to imagine how it would feel to, instead of going to work, be at home, making your morning tea or coffee and sitting down to work on your own timetable, okay? Maybe it would be paying off credit card debt that's looming over your head, okay? So imagine making that last payment, how that would feel, and visualize it. Visualize it as clearly as you can make it. Make a movie for that moment. Maybe it is walking the carpet as Diamond or Blue Diamond or Presidential Diamond, okay? Maybe that's it. If that's it, visualize that. What are you wearing? Who's in along the carpet ready to cheer you on and hug you? What song did you pick? How do you feel as that song starts to play and your name is announced? How does that feel? Visualize it. So pick that moment, just spend a minute. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, okay? Feel the victory. And hopefully, in even just this little short time of doing that, you start to feel how the peace that comes over you, the joy, the celebration, and what happens to me when I do this is my brain starts to give me all kinds of ways to make that happen. It's crazy. It's like I'm sitting there, I'm visualizing it, I can see it, I can reach out and touch it. It's so close. It's like I'm actually watching the movie in front of me. That's how clear it is. That's how clear you want to make it. And then all of a sudden, it's like your brain starts saying, this, do this, you can do this, you can try that, do this. Like, it's like all of a sudden your brain starts feeding you all of the ways that that is going to happen, where you are going to arrive at that place, okay? And so I try to, I just have paper and I just quickly jot them down, ideas as they come, and then I keep visualizing and I keep visualizing, and it's my brainstorm time, where I'm visualizing this thing and these thoughts just start coming in. And not all of them are good ideas, not all of them are things I'm going to end up doing, but your brain starts to work for you. It's really incredible, okay? And the thing is that, again, like I said, you can use this infinite times. The more times you choose to see that movie, the more times you choose to play it in your mind, the more your physical response will be, I know exactly how to go and get that thing, okay? Because you can see it. They're not opposing thoughts, okay? You're not allowing the main vision and movie in your mind to be, this probably won't work for me, okay? You see the movie, okay? And then you're gonna work backwards from there to figure out what the steps are, right? But it's not just that you do this one time and you call it good. Every single day you play this movie and you ask yourself, how many times can I play this movie in a day, okay? Can you play it 3 times? Can you play it 5 times? Can you play it 10 times? Can you play that movie? And you might feel like, oh, this is a waste of time. but it's not. It is actively taking the best resource that you have at your disposal, and that is your own amazing brain. And you're choosing to put it to work for you rather than struggling and striving and trying to figure it out and trying to fight those thoughts by just sitting down and doing work, but really they're creeping in of the self-judging and you're not good enough, you'll never be good enough, those kinds of thoughts. You're just fighting it by trying to work rather than actively sitting down and saying, no, I will actually tell my brain what it is going to do for me, okay? So that is the main thing that I wanted to share with you, that this is something that you can actively do. And I want to tell you something else. I watched a TED Talk this week, and it talked about goals, when we have goals and we have visions. And I always thought you should share your goals and your visions with other people. But this was just saying, actually, when you do that, the research shows that you're actually less likely to achieve something when you tell someone about it, because just the act of telling them what you want to achieve makes you feel this like this joy, as if you've already kind of done it. You already get some of the satisfaction of achieving the goal just by telling someone that you're going to do it. And so they studied a lot of people who told their goals, and people who didn't, and the people who didn't actually had a much higher rate of achieving them. And so I'm not saying that you shouldn't say anything and be super tight-lipped about where you want to go, but just keep in mind that these actual scientific things, that there's something in our brain chemistry that gets enough satisfaction from just saying something that you don't actually then have as much drive and motivation to go after and get it. So just see how that feels for you. That maybe won't resonate with everyone, but I thought it was really interesting. And it kind of touched on sometimes I'm hesitant to share things. And it just, to me, was like, well, maybe that's why. Maybe I'm hesitant because I know that just sharing something will hinder me actually from going out and get it. So that was another tidbit that I learned this week. I'm happy to add the TED Talk. It was just like a 3-minute one on here if anyone's interested in seeing that. And yeah, someone said, I wonder if that's specific to certain personalities, and it absolutely could be. I know some leaders who are hesitant to speak out loud their goals, but they are crushing them, and some who it's really good for them to speak them. So again, it just speaks more and more to knowing yourself and really being true to what makes you work harder. Like what pushes you towards your goals, what results in a lot of self-motivation, and feeding those things and starving the other things, right? And so getting really clear, this business requires a great degree of self-awareness. Self-awareness, I think, is huge. We cannot underestimate the power of self-awareness. So getting to know yourself in order to grow and become a better wellness advocate and better leader is critically important. Asking people that you trust ways that they see that you could work on, that you could grow. Asking people that you trust to recommend books or Audible or podcasts for you that you could listen to, that you could feed your brain with. But honestly, just think about what you're putting into your mind. Are you feeding it with junk? Or are you feeding it with good? Like when you have a few minutes, what do you choose to do? Do you choose to switch open Facebook and scroll? Do you choose to, pop open a quick TED Talk and feed your brain something that's like, whoa, yes, I'm gonna go run and do that, okay? Yeah, someone said I'm an Enneagram 8. I'm an Enneagram 8. Yeah, girl, come on. Enneagram 8 with a 7 wing is me. If you guys haven't looked into Enneagram, it's pretty fun. I like it a lot. But sometimes we can get, I will say, flip side of that is sometimes we can get too consumed with just us and ourselves and knowing ourselves and all of that. And too much of that isn't great either. Okay, so we have to find a happy medium of continual, consistent personal development, and also just focusing outward and not always inward focusing outward, and how we can serve and how we can show up and how we can lead. Okay, so I hope this was helpful to you, and I would love to hear what visions, if you were really adopting this, latching onto this, and creating those movies. I have a girl on my team right now who a very powerful movie for her is leaving her job. She has a goal of teaching 20 classes this month. She has things written all over her mirror. She is allowing herself and playing the movie on her way to work every day. She's playing a movie in her mind of how it would feel once she's at home. She's not at that job anymore, okay? And it's been so powerful for her. It's working. So just want to encourage you, do this. Take those thoughts captive. Utilize your time. Utilize your thought life. Put it to work for you. Utilize this power of vision, and just pay attention. Pay attention to what thoughts are swirling around. Nobody talks to you more than you talk to you, okay? There's no one else's voice that you're hearing as much as your own, and it's not even close, right? It's your own speech that feeds how you feel and how you act minute to minute, okay? So that means it's great, because that means you actually have the power to change it if it's not serving you. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. I put this to use before this call, and this is one example of just how you can use this on an ongoing basis, because I actually don't like doing Facebook Lives. I think I've told you guys this before, but it's just not something that I love. It's stressful for me. I feel really flustered when I get on a Facebook Live. So if anyone else feels that way, and I know I've grown in it, it takes practice to get comfortable with anything, but that's just the truth. So before getting on this call today, I played a movie in my mind of being really relaxed, bringing good energy, just being confident in who I am and what I have to share, and that you all would be excited and ready and open to receiving that. And that's the movie that I played in my mind prior to this call. And it made a huge difference in how I even got on the call. Usually it takes me a little bit to warm up and get into it. This time I felt a lot more just peace and confidence. So that's just an example of how you can use it throughout the day in the little things that you're doing. It's not just the one general, overarching movie that you're playing. It's a lot of little ones when you're going into a class, when you're going into a one-on-one, when you're going to the park and going to meet with someone. What kind of energy are you bringing? What is your intention for that time? Are you going to meet someone and make a connection? And can you visualize that? Because if you can play a movie about that, then you are going to see those opportunities to connect. Okay, so thanks. You all are so great and encouraging, and I am getting more comfortable with this the more I do it. So thanks. Y'all make it easy. But love you. Go play your movies. Go get stuff done. Change your brain. It'll change every area of your life, honestly, not just doTERRA. So it'll affect you in a lot of ways. But it's great to be with you. I'll be with you again. Bye. Love you all.